Anyways, it don't matter to me if you want to be free. Freaking hippie guy, man. Maybe swipe twice, and I'm good. Now I'm questioning myself. I mean, I always told you about the thing they have there, the safeguard. You know, that little plastic thing on top of the thing where you enter your PIN. I could have swore I hit, my PIN. And I'm not trying to be like Keanu West here, like, when he, I guess he gave his password on the. It was brilliant. I mean, it was something that, I mean, if you're gonna look at it, I think you should look at it, like for what it's worth, or any kind of significance, to come out of it. I mean, to fix it instead of just pointing and saying, "Oh, it's a train wreck." It's this, it's that, it's crazy. A lot of people were, felt that way. Can't quite grasp on the right words here this morning. I got a lot of things on my mind for some reason, and I'm only one person, and we have zero help now. We have no one really stopping by, or do we? I don't know. I guess we do. I guess maybe people like look at it in the news feed, or or come visit our wall. I mean, we're doing a good job, for the time being. Don't worry about us. We're doing fine. Seriously, we're doing fine. I got a good idea of what I would like to do. Doesn't matter the venue. It doesn't matter where it's at. I'm just looking at this guy walking down, like holding his arms and it's like side to side and wobbling. See, that'd be a good. See, when I was like a rookie doing all this or looking for stuff, because I did a lot of videos and I was just trying to get people in, keeping them here, having them stay. Maybe like if something, someone else walking up here, if something good was going to happen. I mean, I always felt positive for the longest time. I still do. Even though with all this going on, yes, it's scary, but I mean, it's how you react to it. This has happened. People have lived through this. What's going on is, mass hysteria. We have to be honest. Because going back when I was doing shows, I know back then, during the Obama presidency, I know this was before Trump, or even before Trump was even an idea, of running. But he did. They laughed all the way up until it. And they came up with every kind of story you possibly could about him. Are they true or are they false? I don't know. A lot of people have things, they don't want, to be revealed. But with him, I don't know. They just went after him constantly, and they brought up ideas like in movements. I think it's just totally spun out of control. And my personal belief on inciting riots, inciting mobs, inciting violence. It's not gonna. I mean, how's that gonna? You don't see like other people. Like Republicans, they weren't this crazy. Like when Obama won twice, especially after the whole Mitt Romney. They had the thing with the tapes and all this kind of stuff. See, there's significance in that. That big tape that happened. That they say kind of like lost the election for Mitt. It was like, oh no. I mean, we don't know the information we know now back then. I mean, there's a lot of people that have been taking all this in. I mean, they have to decide what kind of life, what kind of future, what kind of direction that they want. With 24 days, I would say, I don't know. Today is the 13th, Saturday the 13th, 31 months. Right, so we got 6. See if we can do the math. I mean, like I told Franco, I'm really not good in math, but well, we got the 6th there in November. It says 6 or 6 days. So how many days are left in this month if it's the 13th? I mean, can you do something with that? Like, we have 31. Is there? You can't minus 31 from 13, can you? All right. So the easiest way to go would be We'll go 20 would be 7. The 27th would be 14. 28, 29, 30, 30. I don't know. 14 and 7. I said 7. Well, maybe it is 24. It's either 24 or 23.
For daytime highs, partly to mostly sunny.
There, this is the things you need to concentrate on.
Spectrum News forecast,
the weather.
I'm meteorologist Heather Moore.
You know, one day at a time. One day. I mean, that's... Yesterday I was like walking, I was singing, one day at a time, sweet Jesus. One day at a time, sweet Jesus. Alright. Welcome in. What do you do when it's 4 in the morning and you knew it was gone from the very start? It was over. Do you think about me? I remember. Well, anyway, Dave said hi to us. That's nice. Well, we need inspiration. We're in the dark. We're in the dark as far as things I like to see happen. I like to coordinate things. You know, somebody talks here, I go over that wall. I mean, that's what I was doing. I was like lighting it up at a Christmas tree. Lighting it up like a Christmas tree at one time. You know, I was doing that. But there's no do or don't try. I mean, I've been called crazy with all the stuff I said here. But I took chances. That's my point. My point is maybe you're not ice cream. You're not pizza. You're not tacos. You're not going to be loved by everybody. Or whatever. You're not water. Look at the people in Florida. Yes, cover there. Cover that. Of course, everybody wants attention. We're in this kind of environment where everybody wants to be heard. Everybody. Every move they make. I know that. Jedabila, you know, she was on the Fox last night. She was saying, you know, how she cut back. She knew she couldn't do it all at once, but she cut back. I mean, make things like, you know, special. Or, you know, make it like, you know, worth it. Whatever you do. Just don't post aimlessly. Or don't talk to people like if, you know, if you talk to them in the past and they're just not going to, like, give you any, you know, credit, credence, or, like, you know, respect. Just let them go. Let them go. I know the pattern. You know, somebody stops by, say something that they don't necessarily agree with. They don't want nothing to do with you. Now talk to you, you know, as long as you're stroking their feathers, or whatever the saying is, stroking their tail or something like that, just, you know, praising them, giving them rewards. But why? Why? I mean, we can. There's always that you know, giving people, you know, compliments and everything like that. But I mean, when they're like supporting people that are not you know, bringing what I said in the opener. I said wasn't this all supposed to be about, you know, when they had Obama, you know, they voted the first time, then the second time, it was like, yes, we are on the road for all these things. And then the second term, a lot of things were happening, especially with the journalists and everything. They were going on, see, stories. Now all of a sudden, all right. So to Saudi Arabia, I mentioned that during the week. I said, where, you know, I couldn't say his, I can't know how to pronounce his name. I said, where is he? Like, I think it was on Tuesday or something. But now all of a sudden, because, you know, there's ties, I don't know who it's with I'll just say Jared. Maybe Jared Kushner or whatever. There's deals. Trump was trying to get some kind of deal, you know, with them and everything, and then their phone story. You know, this is not healthy. I mean, it's like that, forget that for a second. It's like everything. If it's with Canada, if it's with North Korea, if it's with South Korea, if it's with India, if it's with that, if it's with anything. Prison reform, this, that, you name it. They go in and like they're like, if you watch the you know, every night their headlines is Oh, is this the end of the world? Oh, is this? Oh, is this that? And like, let me have my coffee. It's like they're just tearing it down. It's like we have two different things going on here. We have this guy. He won just like when Obama won. Nobody, CNN and MSNBC and all these, The View and everything, all these places, they weren't throwing scandals or stories. None of that. There was no scandals and stories being thrown. As far as liberals and Democrats are concerned, Obama's Camelot. He's blemish. I mean, he's perfect. Picture perfect. Never did one thing wrong. Nothing. No sense in naming the 14 things because you won't agree with them. Why waste my breath? Why waste my time? So, I mean, we had a president and we were hoping for all these things. Worked on Obamacare, worked on social justice, worked on reforms, this, that. And then we come up to Thursday, the 10th, I believe. Oh no, the 11th. Yes. Friday was the 12th, today's the 13th. So the 11th, we come to a meeting where he's in there saying all this stuff. He's talking about universe and trapdoors and then 13 and this and that. Why can't they just stop? Why can't Como? Well, Monday's coming, Joy will be back, all these people will be back, Why can't anybody? Why can't they just run and say, all right, let's all get into to the room, to the conference room, and say, well, what is he saying? Can we go back to tapes? Don, remember you talked to Bill O'Reilly? Remember in 2014?